Hi. So, when you are living your life intentionally, when you are just being really true to yourself and following your intuitive guide, everything really just starts falling in place together. And that is, hold on a second, let me plug my phone in. I have a feeling it's going to start acting up. That is when everything starts falling into place. So, give me just a second. So, good morning. Happy Friday. That is something that I really try to do, is to just live my life intentionally. I try to move the way things feel good to me. So, job-wise, career-wise, if something doesn't feel good, I follow my intuitive guide to just move. And I flow best when I live like that. And it brings me to my next point of, I'm sure you've heard me say that I've been in a women's empowerment group for a couple of months now. It's something that I have invested in to be in this group, just for a part of growth and, my own well-being. Hi, Natalie. And in that group, we journal. So we started off journaling. Every Sunday we do, it's like over 1,000 things that we are grateful for, because you want to constantly be in this attitude of gratitude. And so I've been journaling, and I actually journaled today's live in my journal because it helps me stay focused. And as you know, I'm sure she is going to make her appearance. I don't want to say her name yet because she hasn't. I haven't caught her attention yet. But notes really, and just journaling in general, really help me stay focused and on task, on topic. So, I've been doing that for a couple of months now in my group. And then my upline, Ashley, I reached out to her whatever last day I did a live on here. Maybe it was Tuesday. And I reached out to her to do a training in our group. There's almost 3,000 people in there, to do a training on just being intentional and living in a state of gratitude, and really how just being intentional is so important, but especially in your business. And she responded back with, that's absolutely perfect, because it'll fall right into place with what I'm going to have everyone start doing, which is journaling. And I'm like, well, I've already been journaling. So it really just kind of all tied right together. So I just want to start it off by saying, anytime you do something intentionally for a period of time, your life changes. And it shifts your mind. It rewires the chemicals in your brain when you do something intentionally for a period of time. So this isn't to say you're going to journal for a week and all of this abundance and magic is just going to flow right into your life. That's not how anything happens, okay? We all know that, so just scratch that right out. So I wanted to talk about the magic of journaling. And before I get started, I just want to know if anyone on my friends list or anyone that watches this journals on a regular basis, or maybe you used to journal but you don't anymore. I would love to know. And also, if you feel led to share this, which I guess that word is technically censored through Facebook now. We're not supposed to say the SHARE, which I just said it, word. So if that's what you want to do, you can. And it also just helps me kind of grow my reach, grow my network. So I would be very appreciative of it as well. So I will get into what I literally just journaled all of this morning. So it says, writing down your thoughts, dreams, feelings, and ideas are a healthy way and beneficial practice for overall wellness. It helps to get whatever you're dealing with off your mind and onto paper. So sometimes sorry, my mom's messaging me. Sometimes an example of something I will journal. So sometimes I'll journal if there's a tension in my relationship. So it's so easy to react in situations instead of responding. And I think that kind of goes, a lot of people can relate to that, reacting versus responding. And, when you pretty much just don't sleep anymore because you've got a baby it's even easier to react versus responding. And it's so unhealthy to be in that constant reactive mind state. So journaling helps me. And when I say journaling, I don't always have the luxury of having paper and pen. Sometimes I'm, rocking the baby at night or laying in bed with the baby at night. So I can't have light. So I will go to the note section in my phone and I'll just start typing away, and I get it all out of my head. And reacting can be easily giving into a negative feeling or emotion. So instead, again, I like to journal the scenario. I like to journal how I feel in that scenario, how it made me feel, maybe what something said that made me feel a certain way. And it helps me come to a place of responding versus reacting, because what I'm doing, I am getting all of my thoughts onto this paper or onto the notes in my phone, and then I sleep on it. And then most of the time, I would say like 98% of the time, it's not even worth bringing up into a conversation with whoever, typically, obviously a relationship, that would be with my husband. Typically, it's not even worth bringing up into a conversation or making a big deal out of it, because it's so easy for us to just get in our own heads. But journaling, you take all of this and put it onto your paper. And I know I used to think it sounded crazy. I know my mom has mentioned journaling to me growing up or just in the past. And it sounds crazy if you're not really in the flow or in the thought, the mindset of healing, especially. And I think that's where I am now. I'm just constantly in this mindset of healing and how to grow and evolve and do better, and know that just because something's bothering you, it doesn't always resolve. You don't always react to it in an argument, right? Like, it's not worth arguing over. Sometimes it's not even worth discussing, honestly. So I journal and get it out. And then if you journal and something is still bothering me, by all means, then I will have a discussion. But for me, in that aspect, journaling helps me learn to respond instead of reacting. Reacting is typically going to bring you a negative outcome. So when I journal, it helps ease my mind a lot on the situation. I can see things more clearly from another point of view, and to where, again, it's really not even worth discussing anymore. So that is just something that I journal for. Sometimes, I don't necessarily have a whole journaling section, but I do write down my goals for my business. I have monthly goals, I have long-term goals, and I write those down because it gives me a good visual. It gives me a daily reminder of where I am on task with things. So journaling helps makes our feelings real. And if you're feeling your feelings, I wrote that wrong in my journal. Your feelings and every single emotion that you feel are real, and they are worthy, and they're important. They are a part of you. And I have had times, I can tell now that just from being in tune with myself for so long, I can tell the shift and the difference when I start to shove emotions down versus feeling them. Because sometimes life is crazy. There's a lot that happens all at once, and it's so much easier to be in fight or flight mode where you're just on autopilot of shoving it down so you can keep living and keep doing all the things. But eventually all of that overflows, and it has to come out at some point. And this is for anyone that watches this. I don't know how many of you may have felt an emotion or felt a certain way, and you've had someone tell you that you're just being dramatic, or that you don't even have a reason to feel that way at all. And subconsciously, we listen to that person as if that person is God or walks on water. We listen to them subconsciously, and really, instead of provoking and getting our emotions out and dealing with them in a healthy manner, we listen to that person subconsciously and we shove it down. And in return, we are making ourselves feel less valued. We are lowering our self-esteem. We're lowering our confidence. We become in a place of scarcity, a mindset of lack, and it's so unhealthy. So in return, you really want to get in that mindset of just journaling. If you are feeling a certain way, if there's just something that you cannot let go of, and the person that you just tried to talk to is basically telling you that you're unworthy, like, you need to leave that whole situation and journal. Journal exactly how you're feeling. I know, I'm sorry. Journal exactly what you're feeling. You can journal the situation that happened. And again, shoving your emotions down is a recipe for disaster. You will have a blow up, and it's not going to be pretty. And so again, instead, just journal. Journal your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Do not censor it. This is healing. It's so healing. And the result of journaling and getting all of your emotions out, it's going to give you a sense of worth. It's going to give you a sense of appreciation, a sense of well-being. You're going to feel a sense of abundance and confidence, validation. Sometimes, not everyone really seeks validation, but sometimes when we are trying to tell someone how we feel, we often want validation from them. And if the feeling that you're getting, or the words you're getting back from them, are you're dramatic, or you don't have a reason to feel that way, like, that is going to do the complete opposite for you. So leave them out and go ahead and just journal. So saying all of that kind of gives you some benefits of journaling, but some more benefits of journaling is that it boosts your mood. It's going to reduce symptoms of depression. It improves your memory, reduces stress. And then my favorite part is that it allows a space for positive encouragement and self-talk. So this is where I go in with my affirmations, and expressing gratitude is so, so, so important, and it really flows right into your affirmations. So that is something that I hold true to, is like self-talk, how we talk to ourselves subconsciously. It really plays a really big part in our self-esteem and our confidence that we have with one another or with ourselves. So I journal my affirmations. I journal my goals, my personal life goals. I have goals that I set for myself, or just intentions of my motherly intentions, my wife intentions, being a wife, and how I want that to look for me. And those are things that I journal about. But definitely my business is a big part. Any time that you are wanting to heal, to grow, it is so important to journal. So journaling is a healthy therapeutic tool for healing, growth, yes please, and change. So some tips to keep in mind and help you get started. If you're new to journaling altogether, keep it private. Keep your journaling private. It is no one's business. Don't journal how you're feeling and then go read it to your husband, your best friend, your partner, your neighbor. It's private. It is your journey. It is your healing. It is yours. Keep it private. You're not writing for anybody else but yourself. So keep it private. Meditate before you start. And it doesn't even have to be like a 5 or 10 minute meditation. You can literally just, kind of get in your own space, get in a quiet space, and take a few deep breaths, and that can be it if that's all that you have time for. And write quickly. So write quickly, but write without censoring or editing yourself, because this is a part of healing. So you want to get everything out, and sometimes if we, put a little too much thought into it, we might tweak something, or we might not say something the way that we really need to get it out of ourself. So write quick, don't censor, don't edit it. This is for your eyes only. So don't edit it thinking, well, this might hurt someone's feelings if they read this. They're not reading it. Get it out in your journal, like no censoring allowed. Give yourself permission to tell yourself the truth, okay? Because this is yours. This is your truth. This is your healing. This is your journey. So allow yourself to truly get those feelings out. I mean, it doesn't matter if you had a traumatic experience walking through the parking lot of the grocery store, and someone else might think that it's hilarious, but it was really traumatic to you. Write it down, get it out. It is so healing to journal. And obviously I already said have a quiet space. So those are some benefits and some tips on how to get started for journaling. I truly, truly believe I I get excited if I find out that someone is journaling for therapeutic reasons, because sometimes talking to someone isn't always enough. Sometimes we just need to get it out, or sometimes the person that you need to get your information out to isn't ready to hear what you have to say. They don't know how to respond. So instead, they might come from a place of reacting, which is going to trigger your entire healing journey and spiral it all out of control. So journal it. Jen says, I'm always fleshing out feelings in the Notes app. I never even consider that was journaling. Yes, it is journaling. It's completely journaling, and it's so freeing to journal. It really does. Once you get in the flow of it, I mean, you don't even have to do it daily if you don't want. You know, even I have a lot of thoughts, and normally they're late at night or super early in the morning, so I'll either get pen and paper, or if it's, you know, I don't always have a lot of quiet time. I don't have that luxury at the moment. So I'll just get my Notes app on my phone and I put out how I feel. And then I'll go back and reread it either that day. Sometimes it's a week later. Sometimes it's just a day later. But I like to reread them and kind of see like how it resonates with me. Do I still feel that way? Is how I'm feeling in that particular situation that something happened worth me pursuing and going further, trying to, you know, get it out? Or is journaling enough? And sorry, that is Coco pulling everything. Yeah, so that's my little tidbit on the magic of journaling. So if you don't do it, you should consider doing it. And you don't have to tell anyone that you're doing it. Like, you don't have to comment below, especially if you're a guy. Like, I know sometimes men feel like they're held to this higher standard where they can't share their emotions or feel emotions, but men need just as much love and healing support as women do. So I'm all about men like bettering themselves and wanting to heal from past traumas and anything that's happened. Like, we all deserve that extra love and healing, and Coco agrees too. She wants everyone to heal. Right, girl? She's hungry, so I'm gonna get off of here and feed her some oatmeal. I hope you guys have a great day, a happy Friday, and if you have any questions about journaling or anything like that, you can reach out to me. I would be more than happy to talk to you, and I hope you have a great day, if you can even hear me.